So what up, football fans? You know who it is! On behalf of the SimStandard, this is Shakedown 2012, and this is our review on Madden NFL 13.
What's good, people? This is SimFBallCritic on behalf of the SimStandard, and we're here to talk about gameplay. Now first we'll talk about the cons, and the two cons for me would be player movement and O-line, D-line interactions. These areas are big cons in my opinion, because these are things that have needed to be addressed for numerous years and still have not received an overhaul. These areas would definitely have to be addressed going forward in order for EA Sports to reach a greatness level with Madden. Now, as far as the pros, you have your read and react defense, which eliminates the psychic defenders as well as the super linebackers. Defenders can no longer make a play on the ball unless they're able to see the ball, which gives it a more organic feel. Also, on the offense side of things, you have maximum control passing. This allows the quarterback to place the ball wherever he wants it to go, throw his receivers into space, and you have a host of different catching animations that definitely give you much more to work with in terms of passing. As well, you have the new Infinity engine. Now this is where EA Sports attempts to shine. Great addition to the game, gives you a lot of different various outcomes with the physics, but you can tell that this is a year one implementation. You know, at times you will see players fall all over each other, at times you'll see, arms get pushed back, and after the play some weird animations and things of that nature. But the core elements are there for the physics, and it really shines in the run game. And when there are multiple tackles, 2, 3, even 4-man tackles, that's where it really shines, makes it really feel like football. And you definitely have to replan the way you play this game. So overall, I think the gameplay is pretty solid, still has some room to grow, but this is definitely a great foundation for the future.
Yo, we're talking about gameplay. This is TrueSimGamer. Pinpoint accuracy, man. Pinpoint accuracy. Up to about 25 yards in this game. I'm able to place the ball between two defenders now like I never have been able to in any Madden NFL game. Lobbing the ball feels decent, especially when your receiver has beat their defender and he goes out deep for the ball and they're trailing him. That just looks beautiful sometimes, man. Looks very realistic to me. Feels good too. So that and the running game, the Infinity Physics engine has really helped the running game a lot. It's nice to not be able to just break right through a hole and bust right through a hole and not get touched anymore. I really would like to see the running backs be able to keep, stay on their feet a little bit more. They seem to be able to fall down a little too easy. We need to be able to keep our balance when we're running the ball a little bit better than that. Other than that, I'm seeing a lot of positive things from the Infinity engine. Leading receivers and throwing deep passes. Most quarterbacks are accurate around 25, 30 yards, and then after that they become very inaccurate and they kind of get a little wilder sometimes. That's just from my experience, from what I've seen anyway. The next thing, like I said, the leading on the passes, it doesn't look right. For some reason, it doesn't look right this year. It looks like the defenders are able to hold the receivers back and the tight ends back from getting to the ball, but it doesn't look realistic. It needs to look more fluid. Players need to be able to get to the ball. That's something that I really believe will be addressed next year in Madden NFL 14. This is TrueSimGamer. Be easy and be real. Peace.
Azure here on behalf of the SimStandard. Now for the simulation crowd, since that's what the SimStandard caters to, the complete package is not there. There are positives and there are things that have been implemented that are great. The pass leading, the pass system, read and react, and the Infinity engine are all great additions. But the game starts in the trenches. O-line, D-line interactions, proper foot planning, and better player movement of these players. Until those two key areas are addressed, it will continue to hamper the gameplay of Madden 13. It is a great game. You will have some fun with it if you play offline, play with some sliders, but to me Madden has always been there. We are trying to get it back to where simulation gamers are competitive online, and this is a great step. If you play the right coverages, make the right adjustments, you will be successful in playing online against people who usually just cheese. But the player movement, swerve running as we like to call it, or zigzagging across the field, the hummingbird physics of the player running are still there, and that's a negative. It is reduced. We cannot say that it's completely there for the simulation community. But also, let me reiterate, if you're an offline gamer or someone who just wants to have some fun with the title, then Madden 13 does offer that. If you do pick up this game and you are a simulation or a sim head, I do encourage you to play on the game speed slow and lower the speed threshold, as it allows for more separation between the players. You'll see elite players play elite. There's no way that a linebacker should be able to keep up with a wide receiver for more than 3 to 5 seconds on a play. The normal game speed threshold at 50 offers those kind of opportunities. So if you're a simulation gamer and player movement, O-line, D-line interactions are a problem and will constantly get on your nerves, this is not the game for you. You might want to wait until Madden 14. But with that said, the new passing system, read and react, and the Infinity engine all help with competitiveness online. These features also help with unscripted gameplay, which some of the things that, that's an area that we have always talked about at the SimStandard. Unscripted gameplay, consecutive hit tackles. We also talked about passing trajectories and things of that nature, and those things have been implemented, so we're on the right path, but player movement, O-line, D-line interactions must be next.
This is Smitty here, and just pointing out the gameplay aspects. First and foremost, I want to talk about the parts that are missing from the game, and that these are things that we have spoke on and emphasized about from the initial footage put out there. The overall running and player movement is definitely something that needs to be fully addressed. It needs to be overhauled, along with the offense and defensive line interactivity and DB wide receiver interactivity on route running and jostling for position. These things are key areas of football that need to be addressed in terms of truly replicating that experience that you see on Sunday. Now, the positive things in regards to this is the integration of the physics engine, the Infinity engine, along with adding the pass trajectories and being able to lead receivers into space and throw those passes and fit them through those tight windows, which you honestly have not been able to do in Madden games before. As well as the read and react system on offense and defense. Despite the quirks, which will be gotten into in future commentaries and videos, these systems run at a highly efficient rate and deliver an honest replication of what you see on Sunday at this point. So I seriously hope moving forward that these aspects are improved upon even further, and once again pushes the envelope even further to delivering that true, authentic Sunday experience that we look for out of an NFL football game.
What it is, it's your boy Gedden on behalf of the SimStandard. Let me give you some of my insights on the gameplay of Madden 13. Madden 13 has come a long way, but honestly, EA's journey with this series, it just seems like they can't fix certain aspects and elements of this franchise. We still have suction, weird player reactions, bad blocking interactions, and outdated, almost, I gotta say, appalling player movements. But with all these cons, Madden 13 is still the best Madden to date by far. Some elements like foot planning and run animations may be better on older builds, but overall gameplay and feel of Madden 13, still not the standard and video game football, but pass trajectories, the read and react system, the Infinite engine, just to name a few, are great additions. Even though these additions do have its own issues, we'll be breaking it down for you in future TS test videos, so be on the lookout for that. EA finally focused this dev cycle by adding all these new features and gameplay mechanics that is so sorely needed, and it actually definitely shows. I would take Madden 13 for what it is, a good rebuilding or foundation game. With that said, I do expect a lot more from Madden 14. Madden 13 is fun for sim heads, but it could be played very arcade-like, so you really got to make your own decisions. There's a lot of footage out there on YouTube. Check out all that stuff and then make out your own decision. All right, so that's really my thoughts on Madden 13. Yo, Shake, take that away, bruh.
This is Shakedown 2012 on behalf of the SimStandard. Starting with my dislikes, I would like to see much better running animations in the future. The animations where the ball carrier uses his arm to guide his blockers. This would be a great addition to the game because it will eliminate some balance issues after bumping into offensive linemen. We saw this in previous football games, and to me it adds a much higher level of realism to the game. I would also like to see better quarterback footwork in the pocket. Throwing off your back leg usually results in a bad pass. However, the animation doesn't always replicate that. There are a few random quirky animations that take place at the end of a play, and I would like to see that get tightened up as well for next year's game. The things that I like about this game are the lead passing, the read and react, and the Infinity Engine. The lead passing allows you, as the quarterback, to put the ball where you want on the field. If you throw an interception this time around, it's usually your fault. Read and react completely eradicates moments where players make plays on the ball without seeing it. And the major overhaul on defense is exactly what I've been looking for from the only company holding the NFL license for years. The Infinity Engine isn't perfect, but it's the best real-time physics football engine we've ever seen. The only time you'll ever see a repeated tackle animation is during one-on-one interactions. But this is football, people. That hardly ever happens in this game. Madden NFL 13 has shaped up to being the best NFL football representation on next-gen consoles. Where some will say it's about time, I will simply say that Madden is finally back. It's your boy Shake on behalf of the SimStandard. We'll holler at you dudes later.